What's up, summoners? English here. Today we're going to be doing a speed showcase on Destina as well as on Landy in Guild Wars and maybe 1 or 2 arena matches, trying to put both of them. So you get a better idea of what both of them do and you get a better sense of whether you're going to pull for them. For Landy, you should absolutely pull. As far as Destina though, she's the one that a lot of people are kind of curious on. She looks gorgeous. She's in the new side story. I love the skin. But right now, she really doesn't have a place. Even though we're in a very control-heavy meta, she's more of a fun counter pick unit because her base stats are not great, right? Her base speed is one of the lowest in the game, and her cooldowns are ridiculously long. When you have units like Angel of Light Angelica and A Tywin that are able to cycle their stuns very, very quickly, 1s3 is often not enough. And it's just, the cooldown's way too long. Even with the EE, it becomes 4-turn cooldown. It's still not enough to actually make it good when you have someone like a Katie's, which can full team cleanse and also has really good help from the ER, or someone like Momo who's able to actually reliably, consistently get rid of debuffs, right? So it's very hard to justify her right now in the current meta. The one thing she has going for her is that she freaking truck. So that's why I actually went with the build that she has. Very, very tanky on counter set because her S1 is actually able to cleanse, so I'm able to get a couple of heals with Shimada Staff, and the healing is actually really freaking nice on the S1. Her healing is actually really strong on the S1, but that's all she really has, so you're trying to get the most out of that with counter set. Also to make up for how slow she is, as speed set almost feels like wasted stats, just because you're not getting as much out of the speed set as you would for a counter set, because one counter basically gives you another turn. So overall, fun unit. I wouldn't recommend pulling for her just for fun and to look at. I really like mine, and she's on really good gear, but I never bring her, right? I never feel the need to bring her. That's why she's not even fully awakened. On the other hand, we have Landy. Now, this is one that a lot of people don't have Guiding Light. And if you're someone that doesn't have Guiding Light, well, don't fear. Counter build is here for you. Counter build is going to be actually Landy's one of Landy's stronger builds if you don't have Guiding Light. If you have Guiding Light, Speed Landy, I have to say, is a stronger variant of the two, because Speed Landy with Guiding Light is able to have good matchups into things like Stena and any single target DPS, even like a Ravi, because they're not able to reliably reach you. So Guiding Light is the stronger Landy, but that doesn't mean that your Landy can't pop off on a counter set with something like Proof of Valor or Bloodstone, right? Depending on what you want. Bloodstone also gives you a pretty good matchup into Stena because you'll bait a lot of people into wasting their skills, but they're not going to kill you. While Bloodstone gives you very long team fight type capabilities for RTA. This is actually my RTA Landy, and I actually do use her for PvE as well, such as Asimacon. But yeah, it's a fun little Landy build that I cooked up. Nothing too crazy, but it gets the job done, right? Immunity kind of must have. Counter set gives you a lot of cheese, and then the tan stacks are an absolute must. Since you don't have the reliance on Guiding Light, you have to get extra tank stats because you're going to be getting hit a lot more, right? So that's Landy. Absolutely, you should be pulling for Landy. If you don't have that unit, you need to get her right away. She's good for Arena. She's good for Guild Wars. She's good for RTA. So I actually scouted out a fight before I started this video that I'm going to be trying to go to. Hopefully none of my guildies hit it. We're most likely losing this one, but I wanted to show you guys what's possible. So I'm going to bring Destina on this top one. Kind of controlling, right? But essentially it's a reset button, right? That's the big thing. And Destina will be able to tank a lot of the Sunrise area, right? That's the idea behind it. And should be able to cleanse for the rest of her team. Again, the F-res is not as high as it could be because I don't have her max awakened, right? So she's missing that extra health, although it's not really F-res. On the other hand, this one, we're going to try Landy, although it's going to be an interesting one because this is very likely a speed Landy, right? So we're most likely going to lose the bottom one. I typically would bring a full fire team to the bottom one, but I want to showcase Landy against someone like Maid, which is actually something you see a lot in RTA. So this is actually a really cool combo. I'm actually a really big fan of this combo, right? So essentially what it's doing is it sets up into Sunrise area. Oh man, I actually love this combo. So we do resist with our Destina, right? Which is what we needed. So we live, we're chilling, right? We're relaxing. I'm not stressed. All right. And now this is gonna hit LQC, who's gonna be right at death's door, and this should go on to our Destina. Right, perfect. So looks really bad right now, right? It looks like we're about to lose, right? But this is the part where Destina actually does do a lot of work. You're going to see Stena get pushed up all the way, right? That's the really, really nice part. Why I actually have Destina so slow is because I basically get the turn back, the turn after, if that makes any sense. And we do want to kill this Ravi as soon as possible, so we're actually going to soul burn to get the extra turn. And I believe that's it. That's a GG, right? So not bad. I mean, as I mentioned, Destina actually does do a lot of work, right? The big thing is that you saw that CR push. You can see our Stena is already all the way up, and it's a full heal, right? So it's something that the locations where I normally would use the Destina is after a very big burst of control. If you're able to just reset button and win off of that reset, that's what you really want to see, right? And even if the LQC had gotten lapped, we would have been able to SD with this team. So I actually do use that team quite often against this. Although I don't usually expect the Asarias to be that fast. We're actually gonna feed the S2 here for one reason and one reason alone. One, because I want her to use S3 now rather than later, and also because I want to be able to start ramping up lane. This lane is gonna hit pretty freaking hard though. So this is a speed Landy. As you see, his is on Guiding Light, mine is on Proof of Valor. I don't get that big advantage that I normally do, but you see the counter attack. I get massive advantage off of this. I get speed, I get timing. It's all fine and dandy. Get a lot of tempo, but the only thing is that speed Landy is gonna be taking more turns than me naturally, right? Alright, and our Charlotte will go. And then his Charlotte will go. And we'll see my Landy counter attacks here. Because one counter actually ramps up a lot quicker. So we didn't get the counter there. Oh, that's terrible. That is actually going to kill us. Oh, not like this. Oh, man. Crow's dead. And we lose the game because of that. Our Crow would have lived and we could have horsed everyone else. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, we would have killed the Charlotte right there. That's actually very unfortunate. I don't know if my Charlotte can pull this through. Yeah, that's one thing about Landy is that she dies pretty quickly. But it is what it is. Kind of asking my Charlotte to do a lot here, but Charlotte wins these. So yeah, that's so we win this assuming that she doesn't bonk us. I hate Maid, dude. I hate Maid. We're gonna save the Charlotte because we might need her for later. I actually hate Maid, dude. Oh my goodness. Well, there we would have won had the Landy not dual attack. Was it my fault for bringing Landy rather than bringing someone that's another fire unit? Yes. Was it my fault for not horsing earlier? Yes. I shouldn't have gotten greedy. I should have just horsed and known that situations were gonna happen. Oh man, you get to see it, but it is what it is. I hate Maid, dude. But yeah, that's as far as Guild Wars. So Landy died. Destina did really good though. Sorry Guild for failing you guys. That's what I get for trying out units where they're not supposed to. But again, Speed Landy was able to cycle us out. That's what Speed Landy does. That's why Speed Landy is so powerful. But as you saw, Guiding Light also helped her mitigate a lot of the damage that our Charlotte was putting. So definitely could have played it better on my end. But lastly, I want to show you guys Landy and Destina, both in the same team. So we'll take it to this one because actually not a bad team to take it in, honestly. We can bring it to the last team. We'll do this team. It's a really interesting team. So we'll bring the Landy and the Destina. There's no fire, right? So we'll bring the Landy and we'll bring the Destina. And then honestly, I normally would just FCC this and just call it a day. But we're trying to get spicy with it. So Landy should be enough to deal with the Violet. And Destina should be enough to deal with the Stena. So let's bring Senya. Why not? Why not? Let's bring Senya. She doesn't get to get enough play. Oh, I probably should have switched out the FCC. FCC kind of redundant in this situation. We're not gonna get to see Destina pop off because I probably shouldn't have put FCC since FCC is just gonna block all the debuffs, unfortunately. But you'll see, it's the same idea. You know, it's a pseudo counter to Fairy Tail Tenebrium. Especially if you have a faster one, because you're able to come in and actually take your turn, right? That's the big thing. But we'll see the Landy do her thing. Landy, honestly, again, you see her in defenses a lot because she's so volatile, because she has such a variety of builds, because a lot of people do struggle killing her. She does a very, very good job at punishing that. And as you see, this team is just ridiculously tanky. Which honestly, I wish I take a team like this to RTA. It'd be kind of fun. I wish I could show you guys landing RTA, because that's actually what this build is made for. Was actually for RTA, more than anything else. That's the primary reason why I have the build that I have. But the Destina, I mean, she's chilling. She's on Shimada staff, so healing will be increased. And right here, we're gonna do a big S3, and we'll have the counter buff as well as the attack buff. We should be able to normally. We can honestly auto, but I always like feeling how my units do and seeing how they're performing. But yeah. Oh, there it is. That's a suicide RB. Goes before our Landy, which honestly goes better for us because we still have immunity, right? So we don't even have to Destina S2. Destina honestly is not going to do a lot this game, except counterattack. I mean, that'll be nice because we get damage in and we get a cleanse, right? So that's another part why Destina is so annoying. She makes bulky teams really bulky just because of how hard she is to take down. So that's the one advantage that she does have over. And then the Senya, I really like this build just because it's like, okay, we miss here, right? But look how much damage I get to do onto him. He gets to hit us, he misses, hits himself, and then our Spear of Dawn should proc and kill. Yep. God, I love Senya. Senya's for another video. But yeah, I mean, the team works. It's bulky. It's not something I would recommend, but it's something you could even use in RTA if you really wanted to like feel fancy. But yeah, that is going to be all I have for you guys today. It's a really quick showcase. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. As far as Landy, for sure, speed build with Guiding Light is going to be the best one. For Destina, not terrible. It's not that she's bad. It's just there's better units, especially if you don't already have Landy. It's almost even better to get Landy Imprints. But again, if you really like Destina, you can see that she actually makes teams very bulky. But it is going to be extremely, extremely hard to build properly. Just because if you want to have her own counter set, if you want to have her have the cleanse EE, want to have her ER so she doesn't get locked down, and if you don't want her to be a turtle, that's another really, really big one. I don't think y'all realize how good the speed gear on this team actually is right now. But it's just one of those things that it's just she's abysmally, and it sucks, right? The tankiness is amazing. I could probably brought some bulk for more speed, but there's like some decent speed on her, right? Like 13 speed. 8 speed, right? Like every piece has speed attached to it, so I could definitely make her faster and drop some bulk or just get better pieces. But the ER is the most important part to me because she needs to do her job. Granted, this is a very bad helmet and I could definitely bump some of the stats there, and of course I'm still missing a reforge here and there, but again, it's not bad. I guess you have a good idea of what she can do. Definitely annoying, definitely really, really good. The S1 cleansing every single time, again, really, really nice, really good healing. As you guys saw, the S3 is a reset button. So you have to make sure you win off of this reset or you basically lose. But that's all I got for you guys today, and I will see you next time. Peace.